Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Up next for second stage at their Kaiser Theater is Jen Silverman's new play, Spain. It is directed by Tyne Rafaeli, and I caught up with the company at the legendary Sardi's.
I'm so excited. This is the world premiere of Jen Silverman's Spain, and I can't wait for it to meet an audience for the first time.
The play jumps off from a moment in history which was actually real, which was this documentary, The Spanish Earth, was funded by the Bureau of Propaganda, working for Stalinist Russia, and they brought on filmmakers Joris Ivens and his girlfriend to bring the movie to an American public and to sort of get American funding. And I had been doing all of this reading and research for fun, for pleasure. I fell down the rabbit hole and sort of became obsessed with it. And without realizing it, I started seeing a play that jumped off from that moment in time and was a window into our current moment in time. And something that Tyne and I have talked a lot about as we work on Spain is how much this isn't a history play, though it takes its inspiration from a moment in history. It means very deliberately to talk about contemporary America and our relationship to information and misinformation and art.
As we go into an election cycle next year, and as we're dealing with what is happening around the world, the question of what is art and what is propaganda, and the thin line between those things, and what is the cost of being an artist in the world today, working within the systems that we do, and what is the responsibility of being an artist today, all felt bitingly relevant. And the fact that Jen is discussing these things through the prism of this historical moment in this super anachronistic, subversive, entertaining, sexy, funny way just immediately compelled me.
You're about to return to the New York stage this new play, Spain. How excited are you?
I'm so excited, especially to be returning to doing a play. I love musicals, always love musicals, but plays are the thing for me, always have been. And so, especially new plays, getting to do a new play where it's different every night. We were just talking about rewrites. It's a new play every single night almost. Last night's audience gets a totally different show than tonight's audience. So it's just, it's so thrilling.
I'm so excited to open Jen Silverman's Spain. I've been a huge fan of Jen's work for many years now, and to be working on a new play in New York, one of my favorite writers, and this cast that we have assembled that Tyne has brought together is really, it's one of the best casts I've ever been a part of, one of the funnest casts, so it means so much.
I'm excited for many reasons. This cast, this creative team, second stage, and then I get to play Jen Silverman's idea of Ernest Hemingway. I'm excited. The first thing I knew was that Marin Ireland was in the play, and I've been chasing after Marin since I moved to New York. She's one of the greatest actors in the world, and certainly when I got to New York, I saw her work and thought, I need to work with this actress. So there was that. Then Tyne, Jen Silverman, the team. I read the play. It's amazing. It's so complicated. It's so funny. It's so brand new. So.
Oh my God, this is, no offense to other casts I've been with, but this is the best cast I've ever been with. It's the finest group of actors I've ever been in a room with. It's really just extraordinary, and everyone is so funny and pours their heart into everything they do, and we all take care of each other in a beautiful way as well. It's really wonderful.
Our cast is definitively the best cast ever put together in the American theatre, in my humble opinion.
I co-sign.
Yeah, we feel so lucky and so grateful to have 5 such exquisite artists who are not only so right for their roles, but are also just so kind of sophisticated and mature in their process and in their artistry and in how they play together. And of course, casts often bond in ways that are so beautiful, but this cast, just seeing them play together every night, there is not a night where things are exactly the same. They are always investigating and playing off each other and listening. So we're always constantly surprised by what they're finding together. And to have a company that is so self-sufficient and never do anything by rote, always are re-investigating together, is just a thrill to watch every night.
Doing this at second stage, what it means to you, especially Carol's final season.
Yes, yes. It being Carol's final season is a very, very special thing to be a part of. Of course, I didn't know that when I was asked to do this play, but it gives it a sort of heightened sense of honor and Second Stage specifically, I sort of came to New York in 2016 and have come to Second Stage over and over and over again to see new plays in both their off-Broadway and Broadway houses. I remember that one of the first plays I saw was Torchlight Trilogy with Michael Urie. Torch Song Trilogy with Michael Urie. And I remember being like, I need to come here more often. I need to find ways to find cheap tickets to come to this theater specifically, because I found that the work that they did was just so illuminating and different, and their commitment to American living playwrights, I think, is so unique. So to be a part of that legacy, I just feel like I'm extremely lucky and so grateful, and this group of people specifically assembled is just sort of a, all my conversations with my friends and stuff are like, they want to say like, well, what's the drama? What's going wrong? Nobody wants to hear about things that are going well. Everybody wants to hear about who's fighting, who's the actor, who's the jerk, is the director an asshole. But this is just such a great group of people who are so dedicated to the thing, but also they're just such a lovely bunch that my reports are always like, yeah, everything's going great. I got nothing else to say.
Being back at Second Stage means everything to me. This is where I started my career 20 plus years ago, doing Metamorphoses, which we moved to Broadway. And Carol was such a huge part of that process, not only casting us, but moving that show to Broadway. And so it feels it feels fitting in a weird way that I've been away. We've all been away for a period of time. The theater is back. We're so excited about that, and I feel like relaunching where it all began at Second Stage for me, particularly in Carol Rothman's final season, means so much, and it feels fitting in a way that I'm sort of restarting all of this where it all began.